In this video, you will discover the 5 signs that he is just not that into you. Hi, I'm Antia, founder and creator of the Magnetize Your Man Method. And look, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to comment, like, and smash that subscribe button so you get notified for more juicy videos coming your way. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Number 5, he doesn't pursue you. Now, are you the one who always has to pick up the phone, who always has to initiate, who always has to come up with all the plans? And he, in turn, never calls you. He never really texts you. You are always the one who is like, oh, hey, you're in town? Do you want to hang out? Do you want to have a drink? Do you want to, whatever it is. So you feel that there's not really like an investment energetically, emotionally from him. You don't really feel like that he calls you, he wants you, he makes dates, he makes plans, and he pursues you for the future. I give you an example. So maybe you're in one of those relationships, or should I call it situationships, where the man doesn't really just like, hey, let's hang out, but there's no real commitment and there's no really pursuing anything. You don't really feel like he really wants to know when you're available, or he really wants to go places with you and he has you in his future. Instead, how it feels like is a free fall. You don't really know where you're at. You feel lost. You feel disoriented. If you're in that place, he is just not that into you. Number 4, he is inconsistent. So, hear me out. So you may have him tell you that you're the always wanted, never expected miracle, and you are getting so excited, you're getting your hopes up, only to see that the next day, he just drops off the earth. He doesn't message you at all. He just leaves you hanging for several days at a time. So he calls you enthusiastically and then crickets. He has a really great time with you and you feel like, wow, when we're together, it's really amazing. But then nothing. You just don't hear from him. He doesn't call you. He doesn't text you. He's inconsistent. Or even worse, he just drops off the earth and then nonchalantly, whoop, pops back out. We call that zombieing. When somebody ghosted on you and it comes back, it's like he rose from the death, like zombies do. And that is something you want to be aware of. Like, girlfriend, don't lie to yourself. Don't say he's busy. If the inconsistency is consistent, chances are he's just not that into you. Number 3, his actions don't match his words. How does that look like? Well, he tells you, I love you, but then there's no follow-up. He says, oh, let's go on a vacation, but then there's no follow-up. He makes lots of promises that he breaks over and over and over again. You also find yourself in a space where you don't really trust him. You really see, wait a minute, I don't really rely on him. Do you find yourself in this place where he tells you something, but you're thinking, I don't know about that. Let's see what happens. Chances are he's just not that into you. Like, he is just not available for whatever reason. He's also not available to himself. He doesn't have integrity like a king should have. A king has king-tegrity. He has a backbone. His words mean everything to him. Or he will just adjust and say, hey, I'm aware, I promised you that, but I can't do it this weekend, or we have to move to vacation, or we have to cancel this event, and I'm going to make it up for you. Now, it may be really hard for you to actually uncover that what's normal and what's not normal. When should you hold them accountable versus when do you think, oh, maybe I'm just like having too high expectations. And of course, that oftentimes comes from childhood, if you had a dad who constantly broke his promise, who constantly said, I'll take you to the park, I'd take you to Disneyland, I get you this ice cream, whatever the case may be, but then never followed through. Or he said he loves you, but he didn't really show you that he loves you. And you made that mean, well, words don't really mean anything. Or worse, you kept an open loop and you were hoping that if you continue to anticipate, finally it's going to come through. How that looks like is when you meet men who are the profile of your dad, who give you that same sense of disappointment and also that same sense of tension inside of yourself. He said something, but I don't know if he's going to follow through. I desperately hope and pray he's going to follow through, but I don't know. Girlfriend, he's just not that into you. Sign number 2 is he doesn't respect your boundaries. Now, I want to make a distinction here. There's something to be said about a man who knows who he is and who knows that your boundaries are actually just really a sign of fear, a sign of resistance, that actually you do want him to break through those boundaries. That's not what I'm talking about. Because that was me. I was a lot keeping my husband at bay in the beginning, but he watched my body versus listening to my words, which he was very well advised to do that because he was teaching men for years how to actually attune to a woman's body, how to read the micro signals that women are sending consistently. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about that you really say, hey, it's not okay for you to be late. And he is late again. Or you say, no, I really don't want to have sex with you. And he is trying to do it again. And he's trying to do it again, even though you reinforce it. Now, I'm not talking about it if you're in this gray area and you say you don't want to have sex, but then you invite him up and you create sort of like this gray area in which the wild man part of him can feel invited too. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm really talking about that you're setting very clear boundaries and they get violated over and over and over again. Now, this can particularly happen with a narcissist. So especially if you had a narcissistic mom in your past, a narcissistic father in your past, maybe you had a narcissistic ex-boyfriend and everything is coming back, they love to disrespect boundaries. They like to diminish you in front of their friends. Now, I give an example of what to do instead. One thing that my ex-boyfriend did, if you may say so, I was dating him for 2.5 months, so I don't know how much of a boyfriend that really was, more like a reactionship. He diminished me. He just belittled me in front of his friends. But I put my foot down and I said, you're never going to do that again. So when he continues to disrespect your boundaries, because he's totally shifted. He still ended up not being the right person, but it wasn't because he wasn't into me. And he shifted. So if a man is still not responding, then he simply doesn't respect you. He doesn't really care about your emotions. He doesn't really care if he hurts you because he's way too invested in himself. So in that case, just run. And finally, number 1, he only calls you late at night. I also call it, of course, booty call alert. So ladies, I'm sure you've heard this over and over again, but I want this to be really repeated because oftentimes we can feel like, but wait a minute, he's busy and he has his own business and he's not available until late at night. And then he wants to come over with a bottle of wine, or he wants to watch a movie, or he wants to give you a massage, or whatever the case may be. And look, if you're always that late night phenomenon, he's not that into you, because if he's into you, he will want to get to know you throughout the day. He will make some time for lunch, for an early coffee in the morning. He will fit you in. He will work on making you a priority as much as he can. And that's also the other piece too. You want to watch out for, because you could say, but Antia, he is really that busy. Yes, but then we have to ask ourselves this question of, is he emotionally unavailable? Is he using work to really escape from his own emotions, from intimacy, from connection, and from relationship? Also, in this case, he doesn't really have the capacity to really be into you. So watch out for those patterns. I hope this helps. If you like this video, here's what's next. Don't forget to watch my free playlist course on how to make a man chase you. I put my best content together. Click the link right below this video. And also, if you haven't done so already, take my free Magnetize Your Man quiz, where you get more detailed dating strategy just for you by clicking the link below or simply going to magnetizeyourman.com. Ladies, this is it for today. Much love to you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.